Next, a myth that's sink or skim.
Well, you guys may have figured out by now that, well, me and cars, we kind of have this thing, and there's a myth on the fan site that I really want to test out.
All right, what is it?
Are you familiar with the Cannonball films?
Yeah.
Sure, from the 80s, right?
Okay, so it's the third installment that our myth comes from. At the beginning of the movie, there's a red Lamborghini that is trying to evade the cops. Well, there's a lot of speeding and a lot of weaving and trickery, but man, the cops are not going to accept defeat. So what the sports car driver does is he drives off the road and heads straight towards the lake.
He totally floors it, skips across the water, makes it to the other side, and gets away from the cops.
Exactly.
I love it. Fast cars, skipping across the water. You should come here more often.
To flee the force, a speedy sports car skips the Lake Fantastic. But is this filmic fantasy or stone-cold fact? Could a 1.2-ton car really skim a pond like a skipping stone?
So what's the plan?
I have watched this scene over and over in slow motion. And what I have found that watching frame by frame and measuring points of reference, the car wasn't going very fast, maybe 50 miles an hour. It went off a little launch and skipped about 4 times over a 100-foot body of water.
Okay, sounds easy enough. We get a Lamborghini, drive it at 50 miles an hour, and see if it can skip across 100 feet of water.
Who is gonna let us borrow their $250,000 car and drive into a lake to test this? I mean, it's not gonna happen. This isn't gonna be easy.
No, it's not. But although you can't always get what you want, sometimes you get what you need.
What in the heck did she get that for?
That doesn't look like a Lamborghini.
Yeah, far from it.
Supercar it ain't, but it's still a perfect stunt stand-in. On price tag and top speed, the luxury car has ours beat. But for this myth, what's key is that the surface area, weight, and weight distribution are almost identical. But because nobody is volunteering to drive it into a lake, our resident control geek gets to work.
I got a plan. I got a plan.
With Grant's remote control under control, Tory's talking tracks.
Now for this myth, as well as a car, we need 2 things. 1, we need a long, straight road that we can get this car up to some pretty high speeds. And 2, at the end of that road, we need a 100-foot pond for this car to try to skip across. Now, we've looked all over San Francisco. We've looked all over California, and we've come up with nothing, which means only one thing. Road trip, baby. Wouldn't it have been easier if we could fly?
With local lakes few and far between, the team hits the road to a familiar location. The last time the team visited the test track of Freightliner, they put some big rig myths to the test. With open space and miles of trackway, it was the perfect place to put their lives on the line. And this time they've added a crucial addition to the end of the track, a giant purpose-built pond, ideal for a sports car to skip. Only not this one. This is just for show.
Why'd you stop? We're supposed to skip it.
Yeah, but that's why we have make-believe Lamborghinis.
Where did you get that car?
Well, a good friend let me borrow it.
Forget the car. What do you think about our pond?
This is a gorgeous pond. This is a little bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, we made it to the same dimensions as in the movie. 100 feet long, 27 feet wide, and 3 feet deep.
But you know, before we get to testing, since we can't use your Lamborghini, I got to get to work on the car.
All right, we need to talk about that ramp.
Yep, with a perfect pond to skim, Tory and Jessi break out the heavy machinery.
All right, so now what we're doing here is we are building a little ramp before we actually hit the water. Why? Because that's what they had in the movie. We can look at it as close as we possibly can. And that Lamborghini had a little bit of lift before it went across the water.
A little lift that equates to a movie-matching 8-inch mound. With that time lapsed into place, Jessi casts the first stone.
Now this whole myth is about skipping a car across the water like a stone. I'm sure you've all tried it before. If you get a smooth enough stone and you fling it just right, it'll actually bounce across the water's surface. But why? Well, it's all about spin and speed. The spin on the stone stabilizes it and stops it from simply falling into the water. And if the stone is traveling at a fast enough speed, then each time it hits the water's surface and pushes some of the water downwards, the stone is forced upwards. So the stone continues to skip along the surface until eventually it runs out of speed and sinks.
So if skimming is all down to spin and speed, will a car that isn't revolving skip?
There's something that doesn't look quite right with this car. It doesn't look fast enough. That's a fast car.
We are ready to find out if this car is gonna skip. Is it gonna work? Probably not.
So for this test, we're doing everything like they did in the movie. We're going 50 miles an hour, we're taking it off a little jump, and we're gonna hopefully skip it across water. But what I think is gonna happen is it might skip once, maybe, probably not. Probably not. It's not gonna make it to the end either way.
Well, all is about to be revealed. As Jessi heads to her vantage point, a clearly excited Grant starts the engines,
The car is armed. This is it, you guys.
and Tory gives the countdown.
The car skipped just like in the movie. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Usually when a car drives into water, it does anything but skip. But according to this myth, a supercar can leap a lake in 4 bounds. And at Freightliner HQ, our intrepid trio is about to put that to the test.
Car's armed.
Here we go.
We are about ready to take this and do exactly like they did in the movie, going 50 miles an hour, launching off the ramp, and skipping it across water.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Grant's actuators put the pedal to the metal, and the mustard menace takes off. As the car gains speed, Grant expertly steers it straight down a guideline
45,
until
50 miles an hour.
with a hop, a flip, and a thump, the car crosses the pond, but not quite as hoped.
That car didn't skip, it flipped. My God. I don't think that was insane. Look at what it did, though. It actually made it to the other side of the pond.
That's not how it's supposed to do it.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God, we destroyed this car.
Now, we matched pretty much every aspect of the movie. The ramp, the speed, the specifications of the car, and we got a completely different result. What this means is that the movie stunt was faked, that it wasn't a real skip across a lake. Now, the most likely scenario is that there was a submerged platform, just a few inches below the surface of the water, that the car actually bounced across. In addition, in the movie, the car lands on its rear wheels first. Now, the only way it could have gotten that trajectory is if it were specifically weighted for the stunt. Our car, on the other hand, was weighted to match a stock, off-the-lot 1980s era Lamborghini, and it plummeted nose first. All this to say, however you look at it, this myth is busted.
Busted indeed, but surely they're not going to leave it there. Can a car skip a pond like a skimming stone? No, apparently not. But of course, the MythBusters never leave any stone unturned.
All right, so the scene as portrayed in the movie is busted. A car going that fast, hitting that ramp, there's no way it would skip to freedom.
But that's got me thinking, I wonder what it would take for a sports car like that to make it all the way across the water surface by skipping.
Well, that's why we have our patented small scale here at MythBusters. We'll take a 1/12 scale car, a 1/12 scale pond, we'll fiddle around with the parameters until it works, and then we'll take it full scale.
And those parameters include presence or absence of the ramp,
What are we waiting for? Let's go!
speed, don't forget the speed,
And to find out exactly what it will take to skip a car, first they'll need a scale vehicle.
So, what I have here is a 1/12 scale Lamborghini. It is an exact replica in every detail except for one, the weight. They did not scale the weight correctly. All right, so right now, this weighs 4 pounds. I need to get it to 2 pounds. This is a pretty nice car. It kind of pains me to do this. Look at the detail on this thing.
It's a little auto shop of horrors as Tory strips his teeny turbo down to 2 pounds.
You're probably thinking to yourselves, it's not aerodynamic anymore. Well, this is how I'm gonna take care of that problem. I'm gonna use some tape to cover up all the holes. And that way, it'll remain aerodynamic and light.
So with a streamlined supercar, how's the small scale gonna go down?
So I have this car jacked up. All I need to do is hit the gas, and then stick this car underneath the wheel, which will fire it out just like a baseball pitching machine. It'll go down the track, into the trough, and skip across the water. At least that's the plan. I haven't really tested this yet.
As a final touch, Tory adds a bike speedometer to track the speed of the car when it's pushed into the wheel.
First things first, we're gonna set it up just like in the movie with a slight ramp and a scale car going at a scaled 50 miles an hour. Now, if it fails like our field test, then we know our scaling is accurate.
And with Jessi in the driver's seat, the first test is at 14 miles per hour or a scale speed of 50.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Wow, that was exciting.
Maybe not, but off the ramp at 50 miles per hour, the car noses into the water, just like the full scale.
All right, so my theory is that we need to ditch the ramp and have the car come into the water at a lower angle. So for this next test, we're gonna do it at myth speed, 50 miles an hour or scale speed of 14 miles an hour. And we won't have the ramp, so we'll see if it works any better.
3, 2, 1. Woo! That was cool.
Indeed it was. That was a small-scale car skip.
Now, without the ramp going at 50 miles an hour, the car skipped. I mean, eventually it sank, but it did skip. So it's obvious the ramp is a hindrance. The shallower the angle of attack, the better for this. And I think if we get the car going fast enough, we're gonna get that little Lamborghini to skip the whole way. You ready?
Ready.
All right, go ahead and hit it.
So to do that, they upped the test speed to 20 miles per hour, or 70 scale.
20 miles an hour. All right, let's check the high speed. It actually made it across the pond.
At 70 miles per hour, the teeny turbo skims the entire trough. And that's giving them ideas for full scale.
Faster is better.
Yeah, I mean, it might actually, this might actually work if we get the car going fast enough. And I'm sure we could do something about it, scooping down into the water if we had something
On
to
the
keep
front
it up.
to keep it up so it's not actually like nosing in.
Yeah,
Well, for kicks and giggles, should we try and go faster?
like 100 miles an hour? Yeah. Hit it. 20, 28. Holy crap!
Tory's right. At 100 miles per hour, the model car skips and would skip again, except it runs out of trough.
Check out this high speed. At 28 miles an hour, which is 100 miles an hour for a real car, the car is skipping across the water, which means speed is gonna be a huge factor when we go to do this full scale. But this is just small scale. I mean, this is a toy we're using right now. When we go to full scale using a car weighing 2,600 pounds, who knows what's gonna happen?
So far, in the Cannonball Run caper, we've seen a spectacular flip, but there's been no skip. But after small-scale success, this myth is far from sunk.
In the small scale test, we did learn a couple of important things.
Yeah, first thing is that the ramp has got to go. We need to glide onto the water surface as seamlessly as possible, so the ramp is out.
And also, speed is a very important factor here. The faster the car is going, the better chances it has of getting across the pond.
Now, how fast are we talking? We're talking rocket fast?
No, it's actually surprising how little speed we need. All we would have to do is get another sports car, take it to the max, and it should make it across the water.
But just in case, why don't I add some nitrous just for the extra little kick?
Perfect.
Wait, yes, I think I see some radio controlling in my future.
It's like you're a mind reader.
Yep, Grant's the controlling type. And luckily, the team has found just the thing for test 2.
So we pretty much know what went wrong with the first car. And believe it or not, we got a second car of the same vintage, and this one is as good as gold. In fact, it is gold. But before we can take it back to Madras for a second try, I've got to do a little radio control magic. Now, after its trip across the water, I managed to salvage the control system, and here it is. Now all I have to do is install this in the second car, and we'll be ready to go. Since I've already done this once, it should be pretty easy.
Once again, it's a simple setup of servos, cylinders, and wiring.
Which one is it? The brown wire, the other brown wire, or the other brown wire?
And while Grant's installing his system, Jessi is giving the horsepower a boost.
Okay, So what we have here is a normal engine. Air comes in, mixes with fuel, and then is dispersed down into the cylinders. Now we need this little engine to go as fast as we can possibly make it go. So we're gonna be adding nitrous. Now what nitrous does is it's added into the mixture, helping cool it down, giving it a more dense charge. It adds more oxygen, all of this making the rate of combustion happen a whole lot faster, which in turn makes this little car go as fast as we want it to go. It's the most convenient place to put an engine, don't you think? Especially the trunk. Easy access. And right now I'm drilling holes to where the nitrous is actually going to be dispersed into the port. So these holes will be drilled, tapped, and then these little foggers will go in, and then the nitrous will be hooked up to those little guys, and bam, we got power.
But for our resident rev head and metal fabricator, that's not the only modification to complete.
All right, well, one of the things that we found out during the big test is that the bottom of the car needs to be as smooth as possible. Now, this car wasn't too bad to begin with, but we're gonna give it its best possible chance. So we're adding a huge piece of sheet metal all the way from the front of the car to the back of the car, and hopefully the water will just be able to disperse right off of this plate. So wish us luck.
By cutting down drag, the sheet metal underbelly should give the car an even better chance of skipping.
Wow, that has totally covered the whole bottom of the car. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you know, looking at the skipping stones, it's like a smooth, gradual edge is better than a sharp edge. And what we have right now in the front looks like a water scoop.
Yeah, it's like a big shovel. So basically what I think I'm gonna do is take some sheet metal and run it up and around so it'll give us that nice rounded edge, and then it'll cover all of these holes that'll kind of dig into the water. So.
That's perfect. This is gonna skip like a charm.
Yeah.
Because Jessi also needs to soup the supercar, Tory takes over to give the nose cone his own special touch.
You know what would make this car more awesome? Flames. Because everybody knows that cars with flames are more awesome. See? I told you.
While flames undoubtedly add style, Jessi's knock system will add much-needed speed.
All right, now being the fact that this is an older car, it's not gonna wanna get up to the speeds that we really want it to. So adding this nitrous is definitely gonna help us get across that water, especially by looking at all of our past tests. We need as much speed as we can get. So this is just gonna be one of those added benefits. So basically all I gotta do is hook up the nitrous, tap into the fuel lines, wire it, and it's ready to go. It's very, very simple.
Okay, so the car is looking great. The radio system's in, Jessi's added the sheet metal on the bottom to reduce the drag, and the NOS system to increase the speed, and Tory has finished the nose cone. Now all we have to do is go back to Oregon and see once and for all if we can get a car to skip. What could possibly go wrong?
Skipping. Kids can do it, insects can do it, even a well-aimed stone can do it. But can a car weighing over a ton do it? Well, the MythBusters are back at Freightliner HQ to find out.
This ain't built for comfort, that's for sure.
But man, it sure looks good.
They've souped up their supercar to give it the best chance of a skip. But there's still one more modification to make.
The first thing I have to do is get rid of this ramp. I'm gonna get my big digger and knock this thing out of here.
Counterintuitively, ramping up this test means getting rid of the ramp.
Who said TV's not glamorous? Now, is this car gonna skip like that rock? You know what? I think it just might happen.
But that's going to take speed, just what Jessi's been working on.
This little wire right here, this is the Go Baby Go wire. Now, my only concern is that this system gives out over 100 horsepower boost to the engine. That's basically doubling this little guy's horsepower. So my concerns lie in the fact of possibly blowing up before it actually hits the water, but I have faith that it's actually gonna make it all the way, mostly.
In my mind, it's gonna have this huge rush of power coursing through the veins of this little car, and it's just going, and it's gonna make it exponentially harder to control. So I could potentially have a rocket on my hands. Hopefully, I'll be able to guide this supercharged automobile over the water.
Yep, this time controlling the car will be tricky. Thanks to the nitrous, it'll be traveling at twice the speed of the last test. And if the car is traveling fast enough, each time it hits the surface, forcing water downward, the opposing force of the water pushing up on the car should propel it forward. At least, that's the theory.
Nitrous bottle is now open, system engaged. Nothing's gonna happen until you push your go button.
All right.
Right?
No turning back now.
Grant nervously makes his last-minute checks, and then it's go time.
All right, time to turn on the car.
My heart rate just went up when you started that engine. I'm ready to do this.
Yep, and with only one car, the guys have one shot to get it across the lake.
And we're gonna put it in drive.
The vehicle is in drive.
Yay!
Okay.
Dude, has it hit you yet? We are about to skip a car across a pond. This is crazy, man.
This is totally crazy.
We're like Thelma and Louise.
We are?
I just say dumb things when I'm excited.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Okay, brakes off. And here we go.
It's make or break time. Grant builds up the speed, then presses the go, baby, go button.
Here goes the nitrous.
The car surges forward, and then when it reaches the edge of the lake, physics take over.
We skipped a car across the lake.
The MythBusters understandably can't contain their excitement. That was a full-scale car skip. The high speed shows the supercar skip twice across the 100-foot lake and then continue to drive on the far bank. That is, until Grant remembers to apply the brakes.
Yes! It's crazy. I was piloting in the car, we hit the water, I saw a big splash, like, okay, we hit the water. And then the water went down and the car was still driving on the other side. We did it! We skipped!
And this little guy, I'm so proud of it. I am so proud of it. We doubled its horsepower, more than doubled its horsepower, and it's still running. Look at it. I'm so happy.
We did it! We set out to skip a car and we actually did it. I mean, the small scale said it would work, but we didn't believe it. But we brought it out here and it did it. It did exactly what the small scale did. Seeing is believing. I can't get over this. We actually skipped a car across a pond.
It's so awesome that they're both still running.
I can't believe it worked!
I know. We got a car to flip and skip. All right, last one of the shot. I know a shortcut.
You guys, that was pretty awesome. I have never seen anything like that before. I mean, we totally replicated the result, and we got a car that weighs over a ton to bounce across the surface of a pond.
I know, and how cool was that high speed?
Absolutely. But you know the most amazing thing is how little it actually took to do it. I mean, that was a 15-year-old car going a little bit more than highway speed. No rockets, no special tires, no ramp, and no underwater platform. And it skipped across the lake.
Just like the small scale said it would.
I agree. However, I'm with Grant. I just cannot believe how easy it was to do. In fact, it's so easy, I think we really need to stop and say, do not try this at home.
Yes, but let's keep in mind, the movie is still busted.
Of course, going 50 miles an hour with a ramp and you're going for a swim.
Yeah, but you get rid of that ramp, you put the pedal to the metal, and you just might make it home safe and dry.
Yep. You know what I think? I think we need to look at that high-speed shot one more time.
Absolutely, because with results like these, we're skipping over ourselves to show you them again.